My name is Dorine Marube, and this is my story of dealing with depression and how I overcame it. So it began in 2019. Yeah, that time I had endometriosis that time, but then I didn't know I had it. And so it was a series of getting sick, going to the hospital, not getting answers. And also it had affected my school life, because sometimes I think when I was not in a position to go to class, some lecturers could not understand. It had affected my grades. And so it started as, the depression started as me feeling sad, I can say. Like it progressed to me not wanting to associate with people, to asking myself questions. I mean, why is ABCD happening? And so those were things I could ignore that time. Yeah. But then the time I fully realized it was becoming depression is when I was doing an internship in one of the 5-star hotels around. I'm a chef. And so at some point, I could not go to work because of the pain. And so one day, one of the chefs told me, "You know what, Dorine, this career is not for the sick. And so we can't continue having you if you'll be falling sick now and then." That I didn't realize how much that statement meant to me until a few days later. I realized the statement was killing me. The chef's statement had really, I think, affected my well-being. By that time, I had realized I had endometriosis, and I was on drugs, actually. And so if I was not able to go to work, really, I was not able to. There is nothing I could do. I could not go to hospital, etc. And so after like a few days, I was asking myself, I mean, I know I can work. I know I'm good in this. Why could this sickness be the reason why even the chef can make such a statement that this career is not for the sick? And also I was thinking, I mean, why me? Why of all the people, it was me having to battle endometriosis? And so that time I remember I went online, searched for people who had endometriosis, and honestly their stories were not as encouraging. And so I think that was another mistake I did because that also had an impact on me. So by that time, I didn't want to work. I didn't want to do anything because I knew it would be affected at some point by endo. And so I started oversleeping because I could not go to work. The moment I told my dad I had been terminated from work, he was like, "It's easy. I mean, just stay home. It's okay. Take your time. We'll find another place." But then I think I had not told him, like, that occurrence was eating up my mind. And so that time, all I used to do was, at night, I never used to get sleep. And so in the morning, I would spend like the whole day sleeping, not doing much. I would eat junk. It reached a point even cleaning was an issue. I could struggle going to the bathroom to shower. I could struggle washing utensils, and that time I was staying alone, and so really people could not necessarily tell what was going on. The situation was bad, I can say, until one day a friend of mine was checking up on me, and I decided to open up and tell them this is what I'm facing, this is what I'm going through, and it's really affecting me. I've reached that place that life has no meaning, and even doing basic stuff like showering, it's becoming a struggle. Basically, life had lost meaning. I generally didn't have suicidal thoughts, I didn't, but I guess I was headed there, or something else, not necessarily suicide. I think even it reached a point I could not eat, so I guess even that could maybe be a reason of pushing me towards my deathbed. And so that friend kept checking up on me and reassuring me. And after talking to her, that's when I had the courage to talk to my mom, to talk to my dad, and tell them, you see, I wrote my dad a message of what the termination meant, the job termination meant, and what I felt about me being sick, and that being the reason why I could not work. So I think he sensed I had an issue. He called a counselor, a friend of his, and told him to come and pick me up, take me to his house. I didn't know he was planning therapy for me. And so I went to their house. The family welcomed me. It was fun. We didn't talk about what had happened the first day, but then they really ensured I was in a very, very good space. Also, I guess now I can appreciate that. I think my father had in mind that I might not fully open up to him, and so he used someone. So that's when I began therapy, counseling. I could speak out. I reached a point I was comfortable to speak out to my family of what I felt. After it took time to readjust. It took time to accept the fact that, you see, endo was in me and there is no way it was going out, and I was still a hardworking person. I was still a good chef, even with endo. And so really, these other opinions of other people should not be the reason why I was to be brought down. Most African families don't really embrace the idea of mental health. They don't think it's an issue to be talked about. I mean, to some it's taboo. I lost 2 relatives. Okay, one relative and a close friend's mom due to depression. One committed suicide. The other one, it just killed her. Like the thoughts, they killed her. From my experience, I would love to encourage people to speak out when things are not okay, and know that it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to speak out. That's the easiest way to start to get help. But also, I must say, speaking out might not be as easy as I say. You might face definitely rejection or something, But then just speak out to the next person, speak out to the next person and the next person until you find audience that will be helpful to you as a person battling depression.